least I finally have my power. And also, once again, I'm finally gonna meet a shadow friend that I'm going to rise him from whatever I'm gonna have to give him the shadow soul. It's been so long since I finally had became to get a new body, and this time, call me Withered Shadow Freddy. And that's right. Puppet and the others may think I was defeated. Pretty much it was only season version, but the movie version, I was no longer in that movie version. But there will be an alternative clips of me where I might be reappearing at most other scenes. And again, if it was actually remastered at this point, I don't know. It might as well be a little bit difficult, as for myself as a shadow. But for now, it'll be a little bit more a bit of a sequence. For a little bit of it's going to be a bit of a hard reason to deal with it, but at this point we have no clue. Anyways, at this point I'm finally going to give life to Shadow Bonnie, and him and I are going to have some word to word that we're going to finally be working together of evil. It is me, Shadow Bonnie, and also, what is it? And also, am I alive? I'm alive. And also, who are you? Uh, Is that you? Yes, it is me, Shadow Freddy. And also, you may not know me, but I'm Shadow Freddy, my friend. And also, I was the one who gave you life. More likely, a shadow life. And also, again, by the way, I'm Shadow Freddy. Nice to meet you. And also, I know I look different, but I'm more of a withered prototype. And also, don't worry about my other body, my older body, which more likely I was transferred into the withered soul. But for now, I can't escape it out of that now. And also, nice to meet you, friend. I am Shadow Freddy. Nice to meet you. And we sure do need to pretty much pretty much get like things talked around exactly, Shadow Bonnie. And also, again, though, we definitely need to have like a conversation, you and I, since we are finally having a new team, exactly, finally pretty much going into the movie version, not season version. But it will be a little bit concerned, a bit more different. As I would say, it would have been a lot more obvious to the bit of a different part, but it's kind of going to be a bit more obvious. And yes, it's going to be the movie version, Shadow Bonnie. And also, we need a plan. So that way that we'll pretty much consider going after pretty much the boss named David Parks and also kill two other night guards that are supposed to be killed. That is named Mike Schmidt and Jimmy Fitzgerald. That's what we need to do, Shadow Bonnie. Yeah, I suppose so, Shadow Freddy. And also, man, it's been a while since I haven't talked to you, friend. I mean, it's been a while since we have never spoke. And also, again, Shadow Freddy, I actually do say that, well, I kind of miss you, by the way, man. And also, how have you been doing since you've been trying to go after so-called the puppet that you've been trying to wanting to kill for years? More likely going after the Fazbear gang, or pretty much attempting to, like, see their forbidden futures or whatever they do look like in the future as pretty much old. Exactly. If I know what I'm talking about, old and rusty. Yeah, I was trying to do that too, Shadow Bonnie. I was trying to do the exact same. It was pretty much on the season version, but the movie version was a little bit more different as I actually remembered. Like I said, Shadow Bonnie, I was not in the movie. I was more likely in season. More likely that's what I was confirming to. But anyway, Shadow Bonnie, there are more evil other plans that we are going to arise to pretty much continue on Purple Guy's work for pretty much for him to continue on and continue on, but if he pretty much dies in the spring lock, in the real spring lock, it means that he'll actually have to choose a sudden death, which means he'll be actually taking over for the next person to take over Purple Guy's legacy. His new legacy will still continue to arise. Wow, that's pretty huge, by the way, Shadow Freddy. That's actually a pretty bit of a hard deal. That's pretty big good, man. I mean, wow. I mean, I just do hope to say that. Well, you might as well be right on this one, Shadow Freddy. I just hope you might as well be right. And also, the only thing that we're still continuing on is pretty much on being the side of good or evil. Pretty much on the side that we're always going to try to do, like manipulate the good guys, and then just try to get the villain's amount of a good time, does it? Yes, you're right, Shadow Bonnie. You're right. After all, William Afton was the one who created all of us, pretty much to start with, Shadow Bonnie. And yes, we are pretty much the ones that are going to be like the spectating Purple Guy and his other actions in his work. Pretty much, we're only going to support Purple Guy by killing the ones that was the one trying to avenge the ones that were going to be around. Pretty much the ones that we would be expecting to kill. But for me right now, like I said. Patience is going to be patience. My time is going to be patience, and as always, and as for you, Shadow Bonnie, you're going to be doing the exact same, but in only in movie version that you might be doing. Manipulating the characters into other reasons of knowing their downfalls and their rising won't downfalls. That's what you're going to probably do. Since you probably might have to be on the working on with the other good side and bad side, since we're both doing the exact same depends on both either side from side pretty much that we are going to manipulate the ones from the good guys and then pretty much like we still continue on supporting evil. You know what, Shadow Freddy? That isn't a bad idea. And I mean, that's a good deal, by the way, Shadow Freddy. And also, that's a deal, man. I totally agree with you. Let's do it. And also, once the movie begins, then we'll just see what happens, Shadow Freddy. Yes, that's right, Shadow Bonnie. That's right. Once the puppet dies and pretty much all the other ones remains in the second location, then like I said, my revenge is mine. And also, as pretty much as for the wizards, we're totally gonna control them and be evil. And pretty much the tournamenttronics as well. But like I still said, my plan isn't flawless. Like I said, we don't need to reveal too much intentions.